News Radio 700 WLW.
There are a lot of hot button topics out there for a lot of folks, but invariably these things tend to make their way into the office, and that could be a tinderbox in a lot of cases. How do you avoid not getting sucked into something like that?
You need to understand it's going to backfire on you if you engage in political discussions in the office. It's the same as going to a Thanksgiving dinner and not realizing there are certain things you really shouldn't be talking about. Okay? Allow me to push the Thanksgiving example a little bit further. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's just say I have recently decided to become a vegan. Okay? And then I don't drink any alcohol. And then you, very nicely, you invite me to your family for Thanksgiving because, I'm from out of town and so on and so forth. So I came to your family and I started lecturing your family about eating meat. and then I started lecturing your family about you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. You should all be drinking tea.
Yeah, all right.
Now, let me push this one step a little further, okay? Push this one step a little further, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just say, I after work, I go to a political event of the party that I'll be voting for, okay? And then you also come to this event, you want to hear the candidate. You haven't made up your mind yet, but you drive a minivan and I drive a pickup truck. And I'm all about everybody should be driving a pickup truck, and I give you a hard time about driving a minivan. You be thinking, I was attracted to this political party. I wanted to hear this candidate, but are they all like this?
Yeah, I mean,
So
you're asking for trouble, is what you're saying.
I'm sorry?
Yes. What? When you do that, all you are doing is asking for trouble.
Correct. So let's understand this, okay? Free market is good, monopoly is bad in business. So is in politics. Free market of ideas, free market of political ideas. We will always have new businesses coming up with new product ideas, new service ideas. We will always have new politicians coming up with new political ideas. Mm-hmm. And they will be attractive to some people, and then other people will say, I'm not agreement with that, okay? You will never, ever be able to convince 100% of the people out there to agree with you 100%. Do you know there's a fellow who wins 100% of the votes all the time? Do you know who that guy is?
No, who?
The dictator of North Korea.
Yeah.
Okay, so at work, you will never, ever be able to convince 100% of your colleagues to agree with you on every issue. And it's counterintuitive. Think about it, okay? Let's just say if you disagree with someone on some issue, and you can sense, they're on the other side of the issue, and they could sense you're on the other side of the issue, but then you're nice about it. You're being an enlightened person about it, okay? And then they sense, oh wow, I've been told that people who belong to the other political party are all evil and bad person, but this guy, he's kind of nice and pleasant. Maybe I was wrong about people of the other party. Since he's so nice and so mature about it, maybe, you know what? Maybe I do want to, hear what people want to say about their idea.
Yeah. In the office, Coach, in the office area, though, you've got to know the rules. You have to know what your company will allow or not allow, and there may be an office rule or in a handbook somewhere that says you can't talk about this stuff on the job, right?
Right. Same thing as you go to a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
You got to know the cultural rules, what you don't talk about, what you don't do. And, it's maturity. It's emotional intelligence and emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Showing restraint, be tactful, is maturity. And if you're a leader, you really shouldn't be doing this because you're going to take out 50% of the people. As a corporation, you really shouldn't be doing this. And also as investors, institutional investors, you really shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this to your colleagues, customers, vendors, suppliers. Imagine you work at a 5-star hotel front desk and people come in to check in for the reservations and all that. And you start talking about politics. How would that make the guests feel?
Right, exactly. I think another thing, Coach, you got to know when to walk away. You got to know when, look, this is getting out of control. I'm not going to let myself get sucked into this. Just say something. Look, you say something like, oh, look at the time. Or, I need to move on to this. You have to know when to walk away.
Just go back to talk about the business topic that you were going to talk about anyway. Hey, the project we're working on, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
You see, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Divide and conquer. That's cheap and easy. As a mature a person, as an employee or as a leader in a business, your job is to unite people. Is to find things in common. We're here to serve customers. We're here to produce a product to provide a service. We're here to help everybody. Mm-hmm. Employees, customers, outside vendors. We're here for human flourishing. Right. For everybody, regardless of anything and everything. We want to help everybody to help themselves.
Right. Coach Michael Lin is our guest. He's a leadership coach. He's got a book out, and he's also somebody that speaks coast to coast about how to create a thank God it's Monday culture. Everybody kind of dreads Mondays, but the thing is too, Coach, when you start engaging in this in the office, political talk and whatnot, and it gets heated, it affects everything else. It may have lingering effects. It may carry over to the next day or the next week, and all of a sudden you've got a problem with a fellow employee or a boss that wasn't just a one-time, one-conversation event. You got to think about the fallout too, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You got to think about long-term. Everything we do, we got to think about long-term. People who don't think about long-term, things always backfire on them. It's, how to put this? Are you going to indulge in short-term pleasure at the expense of your own long-term pain? This is the same as craving for whatever sugar, alcohol, candy, and you just let yourself go with no control, and you're going to have long-term consequences to pay. So the same philosophy applies to what you talk about in the office. Oh, at a Thanksgiving dinner. Same deal.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner, you're coming with me. Because I think you can diffuse the situation, Coach. Can you join me at my next Thanksgiving dinner?
Sure thing. Just email me.
Give me your email address.
CoachMichaelLin@gmail.com. It's better for you to come and connect with me at CoachMichaelLin.com. Connect with me and ask me any questions to do with leadership.
And I've mentioned it a couple of times. You go coast to coast and you're a speaker, and your topic is Thank God It's Monday. What's the thought behind that? What is Thank God It's Monday? Just give us maybe 30 seconds on that.
Well, America is moving into a knowledge-based economy, and most employees here in America are knowledge workers. And good knowledge worker, not only they come to the office to earn, they also come to the office to learn. So when you provide them with a learning opportunity, when you managers or coaches, you teach them hard skills for their jobs, and you teach them business insight, you teach them wisdom on life, they're learning. They're learning so much. So they will love to come to work and continue to learn. Mm-hmm. And they'll be thinking about, I can't wait to get back to the office. And I'm having so much fun learning because my manager is a coach. And the way he coaches, he makes me feel good about learning. Yeah. It's a little bit like you go to the gym and you hire a personal coach. And a personal coach will make you pick up heavy stuff and put it back down. And your muscle is sort of in pain, but it's really the sort of pleasant burning sensation. and you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Coach Michael Lin, you make a lot of sense. I want to get you back on my show again. You can find Coach Michael Lin, and you can find him at Coach Michael Lin, and that's MichaelLin, CoachMichaelLin.com. Hey, Coach, this is great. I loved it, and we'll do it again. Thank you.
Sure thing. Bye-bye.